Good morning. So welcome to a new vlog for June. I am going out with my bestie today for brunch. We're also going to hit up my friend's shop for a little lookaloo, and then I am heading off to the library. That's all I have on the agenda today in terms of what I've been up to. I did decide to try out Bumble, which is another dating app that has a lot more users than Hinge. Some people's profiles don't have a lot of information on there, but that's okay. I just go for the ones that do. I need data. I need to be able to read a little bit, not just look at pretty pictures. So far, so good. I've matched with some people, having chats. They seem lovely. We'll see if any dates eventuate from it. But yeah, I just thought, let's try something new. And that is what I've done. But I'll see you guys the next time I head out and about. Out and about.
You're in your new shoes.
Yes, I thought it was a good opportunity. Hello.
I was trying not to laugh this time.
Alright.
No, I can't. With like custards, like do it.
Hello. So, I've got a lot to update you on. As I mentioned previously, I decided to download Bumble. So first I'll tell you the differences between Hinge and Bumble. Hinge is very much something that you can do at your own pace. So if you don't even want to look at profiles, you don't need to. You can just wait until someone's liked your profile and all of them go into your little liked section and you can view them one at a time. And if you like the person, you can match with them and then start a conversation. So it's very much at your own speed, which I enjoy. Bumble, on the other hand, you have to swipe to get a match. And I made the rookie mistake of, once I made my profile, just swiping through 100 profiles. I swiped right on a few people. I didn't get immediate matches because my profile was new, but I didn't know that. So I thought, oh, okay, I've swiped on a decent amount of people. That'll do for today. And then the next day I woke up and I had 10 matches. And I'm like, what? Because Bumble, lovely Bumble, they put a timer on. They tell you, you have 24 hours to start a conversation with this person or we are going to sacrifice them in the volcano. If you don't start a conversation with one of your matches within 24 hours, they're gone. So you have this horrible pressure put on, and I had to then have 10 conversations going at once, which was so overwhelming for me that I knew immediately on the first day, I have to get this down to 3. I cannot have conversations with more than 3 people at a time. For me, with Hinge, it was 1 at a time, normally at most 2 people. So I unfortunately made some hard choices and I was left with 3. And I've spent the whole week speaking to these 3. And every time I talk to them, I have to go through our whole conversation to remember what I'd spoken to each person about, because they've all just become one person in my head. And so it has been very exhausting, and going forward, I will only swipe right on one person until I've gotten a match, because I can't do it this way. It's too much. And then I too found out that if you match immediately, it just comes up like, oh, it's a match, talk to this person straight away. So it's a bit of an alarming app. It's not great for my nervous system. But I'll tell you about the 3 gentlemen, because they're all men, that I narrowed it down to. So the first one is, I call him Mr. Too Sweet, because he asked me a question, what's your favorite song at the moment? And I said it was Too Sweet by Hosier, and he then exclaimed, oh my God, I'm literally listening to that right now. What are the chances? So there was a bit of synchronicity there. And then the next day, I went to a cafe, and when I walked in, the song they were playing was Too Sweet. and immediately I just thought of him. So now he's Mr. Too Sweet. Then we've got Mr. Spider-Man, and it's twofold for this. So he is an avid rock climber. It's his favorite thing to do, but he also has a very sort of puppy dog energy like Peter Parker. It's that kind of vibe. So he's Mr. Spider-Man. And then we've got Mr. Byron, because he's very much giving Byron-esque vibes, and he calls me darling, which I love that term of endearment. So that's his nickname. So I have got dates with these three gentlemen today, tomorrow, and the next day. And then hopefully there is one that I really like and want to go on a second date with. I'm hoping actually that I don't want to go on second dates with all three, because I just can't keep this up. It is too much for me, and I don't like the way it feels to talk to multiple people at the same time. I know that is the norm these days, and that's what it's commonly like with dating apps, but I've only ever used them to speak to one person at a time, and I would prefer to go back to that, because I just don't have the energy, my dudes, to maintain all of these like relationships. So I've got a date with Mr. Too Sweet today. We're going to Brunettis for a coffee. We're going to dip into readings to peruse some books, and we might catch a movie. It depends on my energy levels. I do feel like out of all of them though, Mr. Spider-Man might be the one I end up wanting to go on a second date with. We've just got a very good friend vibe happening with the chats. I feel very comfortable and I'm not nervous talking to him, whereas I'm a bit nervous with the other two. So, and I'm all for people that you feel instantly comfortable with. But yes, that is what's going on at the moment. And it's been an experience, I must say. And probably if I don't like any of these gentlemen enough to go on a second date with, I will be taking a break before I try again, because it's just been a bit full on for me. So yeah, today I'm going on a date with Mr. Too Sweet, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I'm back from the date. He was very, 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 very nice. I liked his personality a lot. We got along really well, but there was no sexual attraction for me. So the biggest indicator is my subconscious body language. So if I am leaning away, if I am actually avoiding physical contact, because there was one point when his fingers went to brush mine at the bookstore and I subconsciously jerked my hand away, that for me indicates that I'm not having a sexual attraction, because the people that I was interested in, I flirt, I initiate touch, I lean in. So my brain is trying to convince me to keep seeing them because they're very nice and we get along. We've got all these other compatibilities. But then I'm like, well, but you know, Chanel, that when you've done that in the past, when you've gone against your body, so your body says no.
Computer says no.
But your brain and everything else says, give it another shot, that it's still the same result. So I remember that in the beginning, back in the day, I would date people for like 6-7 weeks, and then I would finally allow them to kiss me and I couldn't. I had the massive ick, and then I'd be like, well, it's done, and I've wasted their time and my time. So for me, sexual attraction doesn't grow over time. It's there instantly or it's not, whereas physical attraction can increase and grow over time. But sexual, it's just, the spark for me is there immediately as soon as we meet, or it's not. So I'm like, part of me still like, just go on one more date just to make sure, like just to reaffirm it. But then I'm like, oh, really, Chanel? It's very hard. I don't know what to do. You know, my gut is saying it's a no, but then part of me is like, just do one more just in case. And if you still don't want to touch or lean in, then you know for sure, you know. Besides that, date number 2 has just messaged me saying that something has come up and there's a scheduling conflict. Can we reschedule? Already that's really put me off, and it makes me not want to go at all, because that was obviously my plan for tomorrow. And so now I'm like, well, when do I reschedule that to? So yeah, I'm left all discombobulated, and I'm just going to have to sleep on everything. I thought with this guy today, I'm going to sleep on it and decide tomorrow whether or not to go on one more date. And then with the other guy, I will probably reschedule him, because I've been speaking to him for over a week. So I feel like it's a waste if I don't at least go on an actual date. Okay guys, so let me give you an update quickly on what's been happening. Mr. Spider-Man cancelled on me. So I was a bit upset. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't. And the fact that he was very vague about what this sudden scheduling conflict was made me feel like perhaps someone that he ranked higher than me on the want to date list probably said, hey, I'm free now, can you do it? And he's like, all right, let's bump Chanel, let's put her there. That's what it felt like. But I thought I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and sure, we can reschedule. So I said 20 minutes later, I can do the evening. And then he replied back, oh, sorry, I've just made plans to go rock climbing with my friends. And I thought, well, you didn't give me a lot of time to reply, and can't you reschedule them since you've just made those plans, and maybe prioritize me since you bumped me? And I asked him, like, could you reschedule that? And he said, no, I can't get hold of them. This was 3 hours after that. And he's like, I can't get hold of them, sorry. Can we just do sometime next week during the work week? Because weekends are busy for me. So I probably should have already just gone, okay, you know what, no, at this point. But I thought, all right, let's try third time. And I said, okay, what about this day? And then he replied 24 hours later with, oh, I prefer this day actually. And at that point I thought, Chanel, Mr. Too Sweet drove 2 hours to see you and then 2 hours back home. Whereas this guy not only bumped you from your original agreed to time, he then scheduled already the next time that he'd offered and then has not been getting back to you within a decent amount of time. No, Chanel. At that point, I was very much like, you've wasted my time.
Wankers! Fucking embarrassing. Waste of my time. Fucking waste of my time.
You're not going to waste any more of it. So I let him know, I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is not working. You know, we'd been chatting for almost 10 days at this point. It's not working. And he's like, oh, I'm very disappointed to hear that you don't want to try again. And I'm like, well, maybe, mate, you shouldn't have cancelled me the first time or the second time. So Mr. Spider-Man's gone because I do want someone who will make the effort to see me and keep their word when they've decided to. I understand sometimes things happen, like there's an emergency, but this was an emergency. Let's be real, guys. Oh, a scheduling conflict has come up. I need to be somewhere else at 1 p.m. on a Sunday, so he's out. Now with Mr., this is making me look like I have a weird shoulder thing, but then I don't know what to do with this. I don't love the tie top stuff. With Mr. Too Sweet, I slept on it and I thought, go on one more date, just so you can be certain, because I need to be certain with stuff. That way I can move on. If I go on another date and there's still no chemistry, which I don't think there will be because it's not how I've worked in the past, but just in case, I thought, go on one more date. He's been very considerate and attentive and he's lovely. So I'm going to go on one more date with him just to see if there's anything there or not romantically. And if there's not, then I can definitely say I gave it my shot, my best shot. So we're going to go out to dinner tomorrow. So tonight I've got Mr. Byron and we're meeting at a pub after work. So it's not my favorite. I don't drink either. So I'm just going to be sitting there with my club soda, but it's just to see them in person. I don't think we're going to be a match, this guy and I. He's very cute, but out of the 3 people that I was talking with, these conversations were the least impressive. So I am just going because we have spent over a week talking to each other and I feel like it's the right thing to do. So I'll let you know how that goes. But I think after the next 2 dates, so Mr. Byron tonight and then Mr. Too Sweet for the second date, I'm taking a break again. I just find it very, very energy consuming. And now that it's 7 degrees outside, you have to be pretty bloody special for me to want to go out and meet you. I want to hibernate and be a homebody with my kids and my cats. Or speaking of cats, let's do it over a little bit so you can see Bluebell. No, little sweetie. So that's on the agenda for today and tomorrow, just 2 dates. I'll let you know how it goes. I forgot, I just wanted to give a shout out to my dad. I know he doesn't watch this channel, but thanks, Dad, because my car went into limp mode today and I would have been screwed, but he came all the way down from where he lives and he spent an hour trying to fix it and he fixed it. So thank you very much, Dad. I appreciate all of your help. And also happy birthday. So my dad just turned, wait, I've got to do the math. So I'm going to turn 39 this year, which means he would be 63. So happy 63rd birthday, Dad. Good morning, guys. So let me update you on the dating shenanigans. Now, Mr. Byron, wow. So on the date, they were very sweet and timid and meek. Like their actual body language was this. They couldn't look me in the eye and they made themselves so small. They were constantly saying, you're out of my league, you're too good for me, you outclass me, just bringing themselves down. So their confidence was not there and they seemed very insecure. And they also lied about their age on Tinder. I don't know why people do this, and by people I mean men, because I've never had a woman lie about her age on, it's Bumble. I said Tinder before, Bumble, or Hinge. And they said that they were younger, so 33, but then on the date they said, oh, so we're the same age. I said, no, we're not. And he said, yeah, 38. I'm like, yeah, you're 33. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry about that. No explanation. Like, why though? Why say you're 33 if you're 38? So look, that turned me off. They also smoke, and they didn't mention that, and that's a deal breaker for me. I can't date someone that smokes for a lot of reasons. And I was going to say, you know, sorry, it's not a romantic connection, wish you well the next day, and let them down. But, and I'm getting my iPad out, they sent me a text first. And I was absolutely flabbergasted because, like I said, on the date, they were so mild and sweet and soft and quiet. I was not expecting the text that I got the next day, which was incredibly thirsty, a long, long text, basically just saying all the things they wanted to do to me. I'm not going to go into incredible detail. I'm just going to read one little bit so you can get a taste of the flavor. So after talking about their massive peen,
and bought a box of Magnum condoms, thus demonstrating that I have a monster dong.
They said, I would absolutely thrash you. Those ovaries would be bruised AF.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Ooh, brother, ooh. Oh my God. No, no. So yeah, I did not feel bad then about saying sorry, there's no romantic connection. So I was, or before that, feeling really awful. I thought, oh man, I'm really going to hurt this guy's feelings. No. But that came out of left field, out of nowhere. I have since then now paused Bumble because, like I said, it's just a bit too much. And I'm waning in energy now. So I am going still to see Mr. Too Sweet this weekend. He's very sweet. He's very communicative, which I really like, and still a gentleman. Okay, still a gentleman. There's ways to tell ladies that you fancy them without being lewd and disgusting. I'm hoping there's chemistry. I really am. But if there's not, there's not. Like I don't have say over what my body does. It's either like, yes, please touch me, or no, please respect my personal space bubble. So we'll see how we go. Today I'm going out, oh Blue, please don't scratch up my tights, for brunch with my cousin, my aunt, and my daughter. It turns out she has a pupil-free day, which I was not aware of. She's very upset that she has to come, but I've got no one to sit her, so we're going to go out for brunch, and that's all I've got on the agenda today. I'll finish this vlog after I've gone on the last date, I think. We'll do that. So I'll see you then. I also forgot to mention Happy Pride Month to everyone, and special shout out to my fellow bi and demi folks. Hey guys, so I am going on the second date today with Mr. Too Sweet. It is late, so it's a 7:30 dinner, which you're probably like, that's not late, Chanel. For me it is. For me it is. I'm thinking in my head, well, I won't start eating until 8, and I'm a 5 p.m. dinner girly because I'm a senior citizen, so I probably will eat a bit before I go, otherwise I'll get hangry. But I did pick the restaurant because it's one of my faves. So it's Rice Queen in Fitzroy, and it's just such a vibe. And the Pud CU, the last time I went there, was the best. So hopefully that's still on the menu. I will be getting that. Look, I don't think this is going to be a match. I very much feel that if I don't have that chemistry, that spark with someone on the first date, it's not going to appear later on. I am mostly going just to be certain because, like I said, the guy in question, we get along fabulously and it warrants certainty. You know, it warrants 2 dates just to really make sure, no, this is just a friendship connection. And then, like I said, take a little break. Hopefully go on some lady dates. It's been so long since I've matched with a woman that I'm compatible with to go on a date. And I think I'm just going to have to be more aggressive in liking other women's profiles first rather than waiting for a match for me. So I might do that, but not for now. But I will let you guys know when I return how it went. I might even just put the ring light on so I can do it this evening when I get back at like 10 p.m. at night, maybe. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, with my next oracle, I'm up to the guidebook part already. So I am really flying through it. I'm just buckling down so I can get some proofs, see if I need to fix anything, and then I will list up and let you know, do a walkthrough, all that jazz. But I'll see you guys when I get back. Hey guys, I thought I'd let you know how it went. Another really wonderful, lovely date. I can't speak highly enough about Mr. Too Sweet. It just feels like we've been friends forever. We're very similar in a lot of ways, but that spark wasn't there. That romantic pull wasn't there. It felt very platonic, and it sucks because if I could just flick a switch and be attracted to him in a romantic way, I would absolutely pick this person as a husband, but I can't do that. So, and I don't want to take up any more of his time hoping that the spark happens, that I become sexually attracted. It's not fair to them when there are many, many women out there that would probably instantly have that passion, that spark, that pull. I am just not one of them for whatever stupid reason. The pheromones just weren't pheromoning for me. And I've had to say goodbye, but I've asked if we can be friends. I'm not going to hold my breath on that. I understand people are not looking for friends on dating apps, but I really like them as a human being. It just wasn't a romantic connection for me. And I just got to hold out hope that there is some person out there that ticks every single box. And this one was so close. It was so close. It was just that romantic bit wasn't there. That intimate partner stuff wasn't there. Everything else, fantastic. So yeah, that is everything for this week. Until next time, stay wild, star child.